There we go. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Silly. I'm Will, and I seem to be losing my voice. I don't know why. It's since I mowed the lawn. It's been doing this. But today we're going to play with a little bit of Arkham Horror. Not this specifically, but this specifically. And I'm not sure what I think about this spiral-bound book. I know they've done it before. I don't know. I was like, I got that, and I'm like, I got a spiral-bound book. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and get into the first scenario for this. Move that microphone a little bit, just in case you weren't able to hear me. And we're going to be playing the two decks that you guys selected on the poll. So I did throw up a poll and say, what two characters should we go through? Because, of course, I would have to buy the Investigator decks. So I did buy two of the decks. None of this was sent to me as a review copy. I, of course, purchased all of this. Me and FFG have not gotten on an agreement talking basis. So anything you see on my channel is me buying. Any of my opinions are my own. But you guys should know that already. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and flip over, and then at the end, I'll give my first impressions, I guess, as I always do. Which camera do I want is the better question. This one, I think. That is the right one. So we are set up, and with me, with my voice like this, me reading is probably not ideal. So let's go ahead and go through, and we will look at our investigators. We'll go left to right. So we do have Miguel here. So you've been spending a lot of time in the woods lately, Daniel said. Miguel drained the last of his mug and stared into the fire. Arkham doesn't feel like home, still, but when I'm out here, it reminds me of the trips I used to take to Guillermo de Adonia. Once they're here, maybe it'll feel like home again, in another 6 months. Their conversation was cut short by a sharp crack. Something had set off the snare trap to the west. With the wordless nod, the pair stood up and headed towards a river. They had laid their snare near a well-trodden path of mud, hoping to find their mark. As it drew closer, Miguel could hear the creature thrashing, cracking branches, and struggling violently. What in the? Daniel gasped. Miguel took off his Stetson and wiped his brow. The creatures were huge, too large to be a bobcat, but it was a feline, with sharp, rigid spines protruding from its back, almost like thorns. The thing was gnawing at the snare in razor-sharp teeth. When it heard them approach, it locked eyes with Miguel. He couldn't quite say why, but there was an unnatural awareness, an accusation in its gaze. It knew him, and it knew it, and he knew it. Sorry. Then there was a thing that had been picking off their livestock. The twine snapped. Daniel raised his rifle and fired a shot, hitting the monstrous feline square in the shoulder. Black coagulated blood bubbled from the wound. The creature was unfazed as it advanced towards them. That's not possible. Daniel fired another shot again, to no effect. The creature let out a vicious roar. We can't run, Miguel said grimly. Either we kill it or it kills us. So that is him. This talks about how to play him. I didn't read that, so we're gonna wing it, because that's what we do. Then we have Maria Lambeau. I need Audrey for French. Or her sister. Maria stepped out on stage, greeted the audience. It was already a tough crowd. A trio of chattering accountants, a surly rail worker already in his cups, two morose flappers. The tension was palpable as she introduced herself and the band. There's a crease right there, and the light's hitting right on it. It was understandable. This was her first show at the Black Cat Lounge in Arkham. As she began a rendition of Always, a timeless classic, a zozzled old man threw one glass on the floor, cursing. Times are tough, she knew. Folks were on edge, but Marie wouldn't let them ruin her show. As she gripped the mic, she clutched her Grand Marnier charm. Oh, I guess her grandmother's charm? Yeah. While the smoky velvet haze filled the lounge. A steady thrumming beat filled her ears, the collective pulse of the room. Each beat was unique. Some were quick staccato, others were slow and plodding. The music of some 100 hearts. Another drunk patron cursed loudly. Marie closed her eyes and imagined him, his pulse and his blood, like a long bass stringing on the instruments behind her. Like a long bass string. Okay, I said string. I'm like, what? That didn't work. Maria twirled one finger and forced him to sit like an obedient child. She tried not to think of what her grand-mère would say. This was an absolute necessity. She was only doing what was necessary. With a snap of her fingers, a group of flappers stared, mesmerized, as the band struck up another tune. Even the bartender stopped mid-pour to watch her performance. The whole crowd was on her side now, and a happy crowd was far more willing to tip. As she poured her heart and her soul into the next song, the whole room sat in polite, almost disquieting silence. Marie pushed aside her misgivings and smiled. The attention was intoxicating. So she's a magician. She has ways. She did things. That's what happened there. So we'll get into this after I take a drink, because again, don't know what happened in my throat the other day. My assumption is I was dehydrated, and then of course played a game that evening, and probably made it worse for wear. So here, we are in Arkham Horror, the Children of Blood. To say that we actually believed in vampires or werewolves would be a carelessly inclusive statement. Rather, we must be said that we were not prepared to deny the possibilities of certain unfamiliar and unclassified modifications of a vital force in an unattuned manner, existing very infrequently in three-dimensional space because its more intimate connection with other spatial units, yet close enough to the boundary of our own to furnish an occasional manifestation which we, for a lack of proper vantage point, may never hope to understand. So H.P. Lovecraft, The Shunned House. Never read any of the books, not sure the context of that, but I guess because this is involving vampires and werewolves, which I don't know if it's much of a spoiler, because if you're putting the cards away and you're sleeving them, you're going to find that out anyways. But yeah, and it involves blood. So, setup, there are these new blood tokens. We'll get to them whenever it tells us to get to them. We can get up to 3 attached to each of our characters. Predator is a new keyword. During an enemy phase, each ready, unengaged enemy with the Predator keyword deals 1 damage to a non-elite enemy in its location with a fight value lower than its own. So basically it's going to be attacking, for example, this wonderful little Waterfront civilian. Campaign setup, we are of course playing on easy because we're a bunch of wimps, and I had a hard time on easy last time. So that's how that's going. Prologue. The cold autumn wind blows through the streets of the city of Arkham, the cobblestone wet from the rainstorm earlier that day. The sky has since cleared, and the overhead field of stars is watched by a full moon. It is under the yellow glow of the streetlights that you have made your way to Arkham's Waterfront district, formerly known as Rivertown before the Miskatonic burst its banks some years ago. Grim paranoia has gripped the Waterfront district. In the wake of the series of murders and disappearances, the working-class residents of the area are afraid to go out at night. They go to work in the river docks, the train yards, or the New Horizons meatpacking facility. Then they rush home before darkness overtakes the city. Pedestrians look over their shoulders and hurry past the dark alleys. Something is hunting the people of the district. With Detective Reynolds of the Arkham PD, you've been working to get to the bottom of what's going on, and there's been precious few leads. That is, until tonight. You've been called to the Waterfront district by a concerned citizen. Christopher Stern has invited you to his home on Water Street with the promise of more information in exchange for help on a personal matter. Mr. Stern's promises of information and his request for assistance end up being one and the same. With painful effort, he recounts how his wife, Julia, is an employee of the New Horizons facility. She had been taking longer and longer shifts, such that she began leaving for work before the sun came up and turning home after it had gone down. Over time, she grew cold and distant, eventually sleeping in a separate room and, in Christopher's words, hiding herself from him. Oh, there's more up here. He found her in an alleyway behind the home 3 days ago. In the light of the waxing moon, he saw the woman who used to be his wife crouched over a corpse of their neighbor. She was feeding on the body, greedily drinking the man's blood. When he called her name, she fled into the shadows. Christopher followed her, but quickly lost track. She moved with such inhuman swiftness that all sign of her was lost to the night. What's worse, when he returned to the alleyway, the neighbor's body was nowhere to be found. Mr. Stern spent the next couple of days searching feverishly for a sign of his wife. Despite what he had witnessed, he seemed to resist the notion that she has changed into some kind of monster. Now, however, with more and more stories circulating the district each night, he knew something had to be done. So it says, if you're playing on hard or expert difficulty, each investigator may begin the campaign with extra experience. You may upgrade your decks immediately. When you're ready to begin, go to Scenario 1. So, here are all the cards that we added. Here are all the cards that we didn't add because we're not a masochist and we're not going to play on anything more difficult than easy. We had to take cards. We do have Dusk and Dawn. We are doing Dawn, and then Dusk got removed because we're not playing on hard, because again, we've already talked about that. The one worker is there. We have a Julia Stern's enemy that we mixed into the top 2 cards and then placed them under these 3 layers. So we're going to have to find her. And then there's some extra stuff in there. Infected, feeders, bad guys, the whole kit and caboodle. And then, of course, we have set up our little map. And then it says, do not read until the end of the scenario. So I guess we are technically done with reading right now. All right, so we do have our handy-dandy bag here. So we're ready to go there. It has been a while since I've played, so I have no clue what I'm doing. And I'm probably going to make rules mistakes. I'm probably at some point going to need to go fill that back up if I remember. If I remember. So here we go. The first day, Julia Stern is hiding somewhere in the Waterfront district. You'll need to look around and see if you can find the monster's lair before she emerges to kill again. First, when the enemy phase ends, if Julia Stern is at a lair location, flip her face down, discarding all tokens and attachments on her, and place her beneath that location, along with the top card of the encounter deck. Otherwise, if Julia Stern is ready, she moves once towards the nearest lair. So she's just going to keep trying to go to the lairs and hide, and then we've got to keep bringing her back. All right. Locate the lair is our first act. So locate the lair. The creature has gone into hiding. You'll need to find her lair and draw it out. Investigators at the same lair location spend 2 clues as a group, one at a time. Draw each face-down encounter card beneath the location. If you draw Julia Stern this way, place 1 resource from the token pool on her as a snare. Objective. When Julia Stearns enters play immediately, advance. So we'll advance this. The first time we find her, we get to advance that. Oh, we'll see what happens. Our River of Blood here. Minus X. X is the current agenda number. -2 if you fail and are at a lair location, take 1 horror. And then the squiddy thing is -3 if you fail, and there are 1 or more blood tokens sealed on your investigator after this test resolves. Release 1 of those tokens and take 1 damage. The blood tokens are going to be doing damage to us. This is what it seems like. Again, if that changes in the other ones, don't know. Don't know. All right, so we got Mr. Cruz here. I can take an additional action on my turn as long as it is to play an event. So he basically gets 4 actions because I can play an event. On a star, I get +1. I can add to a trick or trap card in your discard pile. Oh, I get +1, and I can add a trick or trap from my discard pile to my hand. Maria, after damage is placed on Maria, draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Limit once per phase. And then the effect of the star is +0, but if you succeed, she heals 1 damage. So she can take damage, and she can heal it back off. This is what it seems like. So, we are going to go ahead and, I guess, start with Miguel. So we are at the Water Street. Water Street. A line of quiet houses run along Water Street, overlooking the Mesotonic River. Lights are on and the people walk the street, unaware of the dangers lurking in the shadows. So, you go looking for help. Search the top 9 cards of your deck for an ally asset and add to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Limit once per turn. Okay. And there are 2 clues per investigator, or 1 clue per investigator. So that is 2 clues. All right. So I guess, is that what we're using for clues today? Is that what I'm going to do? Yeah, sure, why not? We use green for clues today. All right. So, do either one I'm good at investigating. I can't remember. I'm just completely drawing a blank. Investigate uses the books, right? Yeah. Yeah, is the book for investigate? I'm completely drawing a blank right now, guys. Sorry about that. I am rusty. Not mythos phase. Enemy phase. Fade, fight. Investigate. Investigate action. Draw, resource, activate, play, move, engage, investigate. Yeah, okay, so the book. All right, so we do the book check. All right, so he's at 2, she's at 4, she's better. Let's go ahead and have her investigate then. So we'll go ahead and start with Maria. So for her first action, she will first see what we have in our hand. I'm not going to mulligan because I don't know what I'm looking for. Use 3 offerings. If there are no offerings on the offering bowl, discard it. Spend 1 offering and exhaust offering bowl. Take 1 damage, gain 2 resources. All right. Seems good as a thing because I can gain more resources with it. Right. 3 charges, second sight, investigate. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge to discover 1 additional clue at your location. To reveal a, I guess, cult token during the test. Remove 1 charge from second sight. If you cannot, I think actually that might be better because then we can get 2 right off the bat. Infuse life, heal 3 damage from among investigators, and she's going to be taking damage. Blood Curse has lots of wilds I can use for anything. Max 1 per test. If this skill test is successful, take 1 damage. Mirror form, fast play. So I can play this without an action. Choose a spell or charm asset in your hand and put it into play under your control. When the round ends, shuffle the asset back into your deck. Okay. So I can play a spell or a charm basically for free, but then it comes back. Right? Yeah, so I could play Second Sight for free. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that then. Yeah, so let's play Mirror Form. So we play that. That's fast. That does not use one of our actions. Choose a spell or charm in your hand. Put it under your control. So we will go ahead and use Second Sight. We'll put it under control. I can put it over here so I know I got to get rid of it. Comes in with 3 charges. Yep. And then, so that was not an action. So for our first action, let's go ahead and investigate. For 2, she starts at 4. I think we're good. I think we're good with that, right? So she starts with 4. That is a skull. Skull is minus X. X is the current agenda. Current agenda is 1, so that's only a -1. That's a success. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge. We're going to go ahead and do that to gain 1 clue. All right. And then we will investigate again. Oh, actually get 1 more, so we're at 2 clues. We'll go ahead and have her investigate again. Again, I don't think I'm going to play any cards. Got -1, so we're still good. She's going to go ahead and get that. We're going to go ahead and spend a charge to get 4. We're up to 4. So we're good. We can start investigating and finding things. And for her third action, I think we will just draw a card. Sacrifice doll. While you have 3 or fewer remaining health, Sacrifice doll does not take up a hand slot. After reveal a non-tentacle chaos token during a skill test, take 1 damage and exhaust Sacrificial doll. Cancel that token and reveal tokens from the chaos bag until a symbol token is revealed. Resolve that token, ignore the rest. Okay, I guess. All right, so end of my turn. It comes back there. Oh no. It stays in. What did it do? It stays in play. When the round ends. Okay, so when the round ends, I'll shuffle that back in my deck. All right. So Miguel here. We can either go up to the waterfront, or should I have moved her instead of drawing? Because we can spend his thing. So let me not draw. Let me not draw. I should have moved her first. So, Waterfront warehouse. The warehouses on the Mississauga River are all kinds of see all kinds of activity during the day. Workers bustle and earning their wages before the sun sets. After nightfall, strange sounds can be heard from within the darkened buildings. Action. If there are no clues on the waterfront warehouse and no face-down encounter cards beneath it, add 1 blood token to either chaos bag. You set fire to the warehouse. Each investigator and enemy at this location moves to a connecting location. Add waterfront to the warehouse. So we can get rid of that location by burning it down. After we found all the clues. So there are 2 clues there. Alright. That's better, yeah. I'd rather do that. Go up there. Here, if you look at the there's top 9 cards of your deck for an ally asset and add it to your hand. I don't even know if I have an ally asset. So let's see, what do we got? Fight or evade. I get +1 skill as an event. I can play events for free. Rabbit's Foot. After you fail a skill test, exhaust Rabbit Foot, draw 1 card. That's actually probably good. Fight. That's not going to help us right now. Assist. Miguel's Knapsack. When you play an event, exhaust Miguel's Knapsack. Either play the event play that event at a connecting location as if you were there. Ooh. Then we do have skill on the brink. Max committed per 1 per skill test. If this skill test fails, turn each other card committed to this test to its hand. Ooh, okay, so you use this during a commitment, and if I commit multiple cards, I can bring them back. So I think I want to get the backpack definitely out first. Let's go ahead and get his backpack out. I'll put him here. That was our first action. All right. Does give us 2 more health, so that puts us at 10. And then we're going to go ahead and, for second action, have Miguel move here. So as an action, if there are no clues, unfortunately there are clues, so we won't be able to search there this turn. Have Miguel try to search for the clues, get rid of them. Oh no, we can do this with, I'm sorry, we can do that without the clues. That's to get rid of this location. So to reveal her, same layer, spin 2 clues as a group, 1 at a time. Okay, so as a group, we're going to spin 2 clues. So that takes us down to 2 clues to reveal this one. Burning Daylight, Treachery, Scheme, Revelation. If the current agenda is 1A or 3A, place 1 Doom on it. So we've got a Doom counter. We're doing blood, right? Should I go with red? Oh, I don't have a big red die. This is the closest thing we got to blood. It's more of a fire, but we lose at 4. Otherwise, do that. But we are on 1A, so that happened. All right. So that is not who we were looking for. But we do still want to kind of get rid of that location so she doesn't come back here. So I do think for my last action, we will try to investigate there. He's at 2. She can help. No. You play an event, exhaust Miguel's Knapsack. Either play that event at a... that allows me to play at a connecting location. I think I wanted to play the Rabbit's Foot. I think I played the wrong thing. I did. I wanted the Rabbit's Foot first. So that would actually put me at 4. It's a skill test that'll let me draw cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do these two because if I use this, I can bring this other one back into my hand. So we're going to do that. That puts us at 3, 4, 5. We need 5. So really we have, our only option is to pull a 0 or the star. Star gives us +1. 0. Wow. Which means I don't get to bring those back. I was kind of hoping to fail. Because I wanted to draw a card and bring that other card back. But that does give us one more clue. All right. And that is it. So, investigation phase, enemy phase. He is going to just chill. I guess he doesn't go anywhere. They're humanoid civilian, aloof, doomed. So they don't do anything. Yeah, you just kind of chill out. I gotta go rescue him, though. Or parlay with him. Upkeep, reset action tokens. Again, been a while, so I'm gonna have to kind of read through this. Yeah, I was trying to think, could I have done an event with him, but he wasn't an adjacent location. That arrow doesn't go there. Ready exhausted cards. Each investigator draws 1 card and gains 1 resource. 5 and 5. All right. Checks their hands. Yep. All right. Place 1 doom on the agenda. Badoop. Up to 2. We did not meet threshold. Draw 1 encounter card apiece. Right. First player was Maria. Feeding grounds, hazard, revelation, test 3. I guess wisdom. If you reveal a blood token during this test, you automatically fail. If you fail, take 2 harm. All right. So we need to do a test 3. She's at 4. I think we'll go ahead and use our bowl. So that puts us at 5. That one is -2. If you fail at a lair location, add 1 heart. But we did not. We succeeded. So you are gone. You are gone. Oh, yeah, this got shuffled. This should have gotten shuffled back into my deck. Actually, which means I may not have the voodoo doll. So actually, actually it says end of round. I draw before end of round, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually doing this okay. All right. This one over here. Blighted blood, curse, blight, revelation. If 1 or more tokens are sealed on your investigator, put blighted blood into play in your threat area. Otherwise, search the chaos bag for a blood token. Seal it on your investigator and discard this. You get -1 and -1. Test 3. If you succeed, discard blighted blood. So I can't do the revelation because there's no blood tokens in there, but I still have to do this test to get rid of it. So every turn this is going to happen, so definitely don't want any blood tokens in there unless I pass this test. The test is 3 and he is 3, so should be doable. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and try to get that. Oh, he doesn't have anything. What's this? Glassing. Insight trap. Fast. Attach to your location. Limit 1 trap per location. Okay, well, I don't want to attach it there. And it's a bunch of fighting. So I need her to help me a bit. I think. If I fail, nothing bad happens, though. So I can do the test and fail. So, yeah, let's spend an action and do the test. We need a 0 or the +1. That is a +1. You may add a trick or trap card from your discard pile to your hand. I do not have any, but this does get discarded. All right. So, for our second action, we want to get rid of this. So either I can do it or she. I'm going to let her do that, and then she can make this location go away. So I'm going to go ahead and go here for my next action. This is the Garrison Street. The shops and markets line Garrison Street along the banks of the Messatonic. 2 clues. During your turn, if there are no enemies on this location, move to a connecting location. Okay, so you can move freely to other locations. All right. That's all. So put 2 clues there. There you go. All right. That's a 3. We'll go ahead and for our last action, we will go ahead and try to find. Yeah, if I fail a skill test, I get to draw. So I think we're. Oh no, we're only at 2. There's no way for us to pass that without playing a card. So we have to play our trap. Our trap gives us 2. 1, 2 plus 2, so we're at 4. -2 puts us back down to 2, so we did fail that one. All right, that's all Mr. Cruz can do. All right, so we will have her. She needs to do 5. Oh, I didn't want to discard that card. All right, let's first action. Let's draw a card. That is not what I want. Although I can get it. It gives her 2 more health. Does not help me with the investigation on that one. All right, so yeah, so second action, let's go ahead and play that for 2. This gives us +1 to our, I don't know what that is, speech, willpower, which we need to get rid of these guys anyways. I knocked that over. And then I get +2 health, so she is up to 10 as well. And for our last action, I hate to use this, but I'm going to use that. So she's at 4, 8. 8 on a 5. 0. Little overkill, but it is what it is. We're at 3 there. All right, that's all we can do. Get our actions back. Draw cards. Nope, not there, Will. There. Draw cards. Baddies. Right? Yes, here. Reset actions. Ready, exhausted. Each investigator draws a card, gains a resource. 4 and 6. Increase this to 3. He went first this time. Blood-crazed vermin, creature, blight, hunter, prey. The one with the most sealed tokens. Well, it's nobody, but it's going to engage him anyways. All right, so he's a 2, 1, 3. Right? Yeah, 3 to evade, 2 to fight, 1 hit point. So, shouldn't be too hard to beat. Grisly Compulsion, Revelation, Test 2. This test gets +1 difficulty for each blood token sealed to your investigator. If you fail, deal 2 damage. Yeah, it doesn't matter because she's at, what is she at? She's at 5. Yeah. 0. Bye-bye. All right. So, back here. So, Mr. Miguel needs to take care of business here. So, his attack is 3. It's another trap. Fight or evade. You get +1 skill value for this test. You may target an enemy at a connecting location. Pocket knife I attach. I get +1 for my attack. So let's do... Well, no, I can't do anything except for attack while he's out there. So we're just going to... play the event for free. We're going to use as a fight. I get +1 value for this test. So we have a total of 4 to their 2. Probably didn't need to do that. Skull is -1. So actually, not to say I didn't need to do that, but it was close. I needed to do that. All right. Then for his... so what's this trap do? Fast. Attach to your location, limit 1 travel location. After an enemy enters a location, exhaust, lie, and wait. Fight. Fight that enemy. You get +1 skill value for this attack. You may discard, lie, and wait. For this attack, do +1 damage. Okay, so I get to fight them even if I'm not there, I guess. Is the way his works. But I want to play his pocket knife. So we'll go ahead and put his pocket knife into play. Maybe move him this way. There we go. So put his pocket knife into play for 2. And then I guess we'd go ahead and lay the trap. I mean, I don't see why not, except for I could use these for things. I don't know where... She's either going to come out there or there. If she comes out there, that's an island. I don't know how she gets off the island. She comes out here, then she's going to one of these. So maybe we don't lay the trap yet. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw a card. Stalk Prey Tactic. Search top 9 cards in the encounter deck for an enemy, draw it, shuffle the encounter deck, then draw 1 card and discover 1 clue at your location. If that enemy is not at your location, you may move once towards its location. Okay, because when you draw it, it might say put it somewhere else. Okay. So that was 2. And then so for his third, let's go ahead and just... I mean, that's 3. I think he only has 2 by default. I think I'll leave her to clue gating. So we're just going to move him to the bridge. Irwin Bridge. One of the bridges that spans the Mesotonic River in the center of the city of Arkham. Irwin Bridge has plenty of traffic day or night. First, after you fail a fight or evade test at this location, test agility 2. If you fail, take 1 damage. Disengage from the enemy and move to the unvisited isle. So basically, we failed the test, we go over here, which we need to go over here eventually. Okay. So if we fail a fight or evade test, so if a bad guy comes out there and we fail our test, then we're going to get kicked over to the island. We're going to get booted off. I thought you get booted off the island, at least in Big Brother. So for Miss Maria, she needs to get rid of that location. So she needs to do a test of... Oh, no. If there are no Waterfront... yeah. Add 1 blood to the bag. All right, so there are our blood tokens. Now we have a chance of pulling that. Add 1 blood to the bag. This is our action. You set fire to the warehouse. Each investigator and enemy at this location moves to a connecting location. Add this to our victory display so that way it doesn't come back. So these are gone. So we go to one of the connecting locations. We'll just go ahead and go over here because we want to get those clues anyways. Oh, sorry. I forgot. This one allowed me to move for free. So actually, Miguel has one more action. So we'll just go ahead and move him again to here. This guy doesn't attack us, but we can try to parlay with him. Miguel's okay at talking. He only needs 2, and we've got 3, so. Main Street. The Main Street connects all major avenues and thoroughfares on the southern banks of the river. 3, during your turn, if there are no enemies in this location, move to a connecting location. Okay, so there's a lot of free movement. Okay. So he doesn't engage with me. He's just, again, chilling there. We're going to have to try to convince him to leave work early. That was his third action, because he could have done the free movement. All right. So, she's going to go ahead and try to get those clues. She's at 4 on a 3. I didn't want to get rid of this heal. Like, it's heal 3 damage, and her whole thing is about taking damage. Although she hasn't taken any damage. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use that. So that'll put us at 5. Skull is -1, so it puts us back at 4, so we're still good. So down to 1, puts her up to 4. Somewhere, 4. All right, again, we've got enough to do both of these as long as we find her and she doesn't run. I don't know what it's going to take to make her not run. And then for our last action... For last action, let's go ahead and I mean, we get to do this for free, right? With this. And then we're going to go ahead and use our last action to just move down here with Miguel. That way we're here together, and then we can both move over here and check that. All right? Although that's going to advance now. There's no way for me to stop that. Like, that one just keeps going. Yeah, that just happens the first day. All right, that's it. So 3, and we'll do 3. Draw. Get a resource. And Miguel went first, right? Yeah, Miguel. All right. So. Blood Moon, Peril, Revelation. You must either add 1 blood token to the chaos bag or take 2 horror. It's early enough in the game, we'll go ahead and take the 2 horror. I don't know if we have any way to heal that off. I don't want to add more blood tokens to the bag. So the blood tokens, if you draw it, it gets attached to you, right? If you fail. And then, yeah. So it counts as a -1, and then you have to still reveal another token. If this skill test fails, then you seal the token on your investigator. So, not good. No bueno. All right. Yeah. Sorry, where I was. Feeding grounds. All right, we're doing the revelation. Test 3 again. She's already at 5, so we should be fine. -1. Yep, she's good. I'm glad she's getting those. Mr. Miguel would not do so well there. All right, so let's go ahead and have her go first so she can investigate here. Actually, we'll have her parlay. So she's going to parlay. She's got a 5. He's only needed 2. So that is a +0, but she could heal 1 damage. She has no damage. Parlay, if you succeed, set this enemy aside out of play. So he just goes back over here with the rest of the workers that we set aside earlier. So you don't have to worry about her eating him now. All right, second action, we're going to go ahead and investigate. I think we're just going to do it just by itself. So 4 on 3. -1 is still a 3. She is at 5. 1. And then parlay, choose a non-elite enemy in your location at the connecting or at a connecting location. Move that enemy to your location, engage it, gain resources equal to its combined damage and horror values. Oh. Huh. It's a freebie. So I could bring those guys over to me and gain 2. Oh no, combined damage and horror. Okay, so those only have one damage. So basically, I'm bringing them over to me. That would be good if I'm in the same square with Miguel, and then Miguel can beat up on them. That's an event. And this is her asset. Let's go ahead and put the voodoo doll out for 3. So this was, again, while I have 3 or fewer remaining health, it does not take up a hand slot. After you reveal a non-tentacle chaos token, take 1 damage and exalt sacrificial doll. Cancel that token. Reveal tokens from the bag until a symbol token is revealed. Resolve that token and ignore the rest. So basically, it allows me to... she's at 11 now. I guess we're going to a D12. Yeah, and she's at 11 hit points. There we go. I guess it basically just allows me to keep drawing tokens until I get what I want. Which, the thing is, the problem is, it wants me to draw a... It's a reaction. I take 1 damage, which allows me to draw 2 cards and discard 1. But then I cancel the other tokens to draw more tokens? Huh. I mean, I guess I get to choose if I want to do that. Right? So it's like if I draw like a bad token, or I draw the blood token, then I'd say, okay, I'm going to use the sacrificial doll. So then I don't have to do the blood token. All right, so that's my second. And then for her third, she's going to move over here to the back alley. The shadows of the alley are all consuming, seeming to swallow the light even in the middle of day. If there are no clues, okay, so we get to get rid of this one the same way. This one's actually easier to get rid of, though. This one's only a 3. That one up there was the hard one. That was 5. Right, this, oh, but this is 2 times Investigator, so there's 4. Did I do that one right? Oh, no, I didn't do that one right. Should be 3 left on that one. All right. Oh, no, that was a free action. Sorry. That was a free action because of this locations ability. So for her last action, we'll go ahead and investigate there. We're just going to do it without anything because it's a 4 on a 3. 0 is good. So 0 means we succeeded. Take that down to 3. Take her up to 6 clues. All right. Miguel's going to do a use 5 supplies. If there are no supplies on the same old thing card, discard it. You may spend supplies on same old thing as resources to pay for events played by any investigator at your location. Ooh. I like that. And then we have the trap. So like if she's gonna, the problem is she's gonna go this way because she wants to get there. So it'd be better, I want my trap there. So I don't think I'm gonna lay my trap. Search top 9 cards in the encounter deck for an enemy, draw it, shuffle the encounter deck, then draw 1 card and discover 1 clue at your location. The enemy is not at your location, you may move once towards its location. I don't want that either. I do think I want same old thing. I think I'll go ahead and first action I will do Same old thing. Or 2. Dang it. He's at 10 and 8. I need dials. So I saw there was a game that had like Arkham dials, and it had the sanity and the hit points and the horror on it. But for the life of me, I cannot find it. And I think I don't remember. I thought I was going to ask Mike, because I think I saw it on One Stop Co-op Shop. I think on one of Mike's playthroughs. He was using them in his Arkham playthrough. All right, so now we have 5 supplies on this. So we can use these supplies to pay for events by investigators, by any investigator at my location, which I am any investigator, and I'm at my own location all the time. So it just basically gives me an extra 5 resources. Free action allows us to move over here. We're going to spend our 2... Oh, I forgot to do something, didn't I? Oh, I did. I forgot to do this at the end of that round. Dang it. All right. So this should have happened before we did everything we just did here, so hopefully it doesn't undo whatever we did. The sun sets below the western horizon, plunging Arkham into darkness and night once more. If there are 2 or more encounter cards beneath locations in play, add 1 blood token. There are... one at a time, reveal each face-down encounter card beneath a location. If the revealed card is a treachery card, discard it. If it is an enemy card, spawn it at the location which it was revealed. If this effect fulfills the objective on the current act, finish resolving the agenda. Okay, well, hang on. So, reveal that one. That is an enemy, so she is spawned there. So it may have changed what I did. This is a treachery, so it says discard it. Enemy spawn at the location which you revealed. If affects objective, finish resolving the agenda before that. All right, so we're going to finish this, and then we're going to go up there. If there are no civilian enemies in play, the lead investigator draws 1 set-aside Waterfront Investigator. Ready, Julia Stern. She moves once towards the nearest civilian enemy. All right, so we have to spawn another one of these guys. It says spawn any empty Arkham location. We know she's way over there. This had somebody in it, so I guess we would put him as far away from her as possible. We'll put him up there. And then she readies, and then she moves towards... I don't know how she gets off the island. While enemies are moving, unvisited isle is considered to be connected to the river. Okay, so she comes down this way. All right. All right, so that is that one. Well, we'll just put it on the bottom. That... I say that may have changed what I wanted to do, but I'm thinking maybe not, because we wanted to get rid of him anyways. So we were going to reveal here. She's going to come in here and try to hide. So we do kind of want to get rid of this. All right. When Julia comes, we advance. Julia emerges from hiding in the blood-curdling shriek. She swipes her claw hands in reckless abandon, glaring around the monstrous eyes, looking for her next victim. Place clues from the token pool on each revealed location without victory X up to location clue threshold. All right. So I think that's only this one. So that's 2. Oh, no. Okay, no, it takes them all their max now. Okay. So it's basically just maximize. It's putting them all back to max. So again, this was already at max when we revealed it, so this wouldn't have been impacted. This one actually wouldn't have been impacted either. We revealed that on that turn. So no. So that's good. That's good. Those 2 are good. This one goes back up to 2, which is, I don't care. None of these are revealed. Yeah. All right. The corner the suspect. Julia Stearns is on the loose, and it's clear she's no longer human. She stalks the streets of Arkham looking for victims who need to work fast to slow her down and stop her from killing again. So, investigators at Julia Stearns' location spend 1 times the number of player clues as a group, place 1 resource from the token pool on Stearns as a snare. Objective: after Julia Stearns leaves play, immediately advance. So we can snare her, meaning I guess she doesn't move. So we didn't look at her. So there's multiple Julia Stearns depending on your difficulty. We get on the run because it's easiest. She has a 4, 6 hit point, 4 evade. Elusive patrol. She goes towards the nearest enemy, civilian enemy, predator. She gets +1 health per investigator, so she actually has 8 health. Forced. When damage would be dealt to Julia Stern, remove 1 snare from here. If you cannot, reduce that damage to 0. Okay, so we have to have a snare before we can attack her. Okay. I don't know what the snare does. Like, does it keep her from moving? Or is it just so we can do the attack? And the problem is, she flips over and removes all tokens. Let's see here. To talk about the snare. Blood tokens, predator, which is basically that they'll eat the other people. Huh. I don't know if snare is a normal keyword or not. Common, it's not one of the common ones. Uses, weakness, resources, reward, surge, prey, patrol. I think it's just for her, and I think it doesn't actually stop her. I think it just allows us to damage her. So, all right, so let's rewind what we did, or re-verify what we did. But she's going to come in here, right? Did I read this the first night? Light fell on the full moon, stark shadows in the streets of Arkham, creating dark corners and shrouded allies to dim into the clearly. The light of the street lamps doesn't seem to reach as far as it should. The sound of someone or something scrabbling up the wall of a nearby building sets you on edge. But you know you only have so much time to find Julia, so you steel yourself against the night. Does she still hide? No, that was in the first day. So I guess that ends. That doesn't happen anymore. Okay, so she doesn't go hiding anymore. Okay, so you find her no matter what. All right. I thought we were going to have to go hunt her down quite a bit. So the hunting down kind of was anticlimactic. Yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic. So I need a clue if I want to snare her, because I can't get her there. It's a victory too. So I was like, why would I want to still get rid of these locations? Because it's a victory too. I would still get points on that. Right? Where was that card that I read that made me do that? Oh, without victory X on location. So this location wouldn't have gotten more because it's a victory X location. Okay. Yeah, again, been a while since I played the last time. Okay, so that makes sense. So now what do I do with Miguel? So I was going to have Miguel help get rid of these, which I still feel like he needs to do, because he's going to need 2 to snare her. She's going to go after the civilians, so she's going to go up that way. Although now we know she would have been there, I was like, I could parlay her over, but I think I used all my actions for doing these things. So the question is, would I have played that or parlayed her over? I think I would have parlayed her over. So let's put this back into our hand. Give us our 5. So put us at 5. Instead, for our last action, we'll play parlay. Choose a non-elite. Oh no, she's an elite. So never mind. Couldn't do that anyways. Never mind. Never mind. Timey-wimey shenanigans are not occurring. Problem is he can't do anything. So I have to find another clue before I even try to go over there. So we're going to try to find a clue. He's at 2. She can't help. Needs 3. I'd have to get rid of both cards, I feel. Yeah, because we both have to be at her location. So, we would have known they're there. I wouldn't have come down here then. No, we would have gone here to cut her off. Right? Yeah. So this would still be at 4. Actually, this wouldn't even be revealed. Right? We would have gone, she would have used her free move to go up there. I would have used my free move to go up there as well. All right. I don't know what to do with his actions. Oh, the first one was playing this, wasn't it? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, second action. Let's go ahead and put the, let's go ahead and do our lie in wait. It doesn't work. We're going to do lie in wait up there. So we're going to, second action, we're going to move here. And then third action, we're going to play our event and use 2 from here. Play the event to do lie in wait. So once she enters there, but we need Maria to put the snare on her first. Yeah. Okay. I think I got that all caught back up. That was a big mess of course correction, but I think that was right. All right, so get our tokens, actions. You, 1 for you. I got my doggy. Who was the lead investigator that time? She was. All right. Let me put this up there just so I don't forget to do that, because I need to do that by 1. So, oh, hang on. Enemies. So she is moving here. She's elusive, which means she doesn't engage with us. Patrol, she's trying to go that way. Yep. All right. Revelation test 4. If you fail, you must either discard an asset you control or choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. So test 4, she's at 3. Go ahead and make it 4. We're doing 4 and 4, and we do still have that as a backup. 0. All right. Blood crazed vermin. Hunter prey. Most sealed location. Most sealed tokens, which nobody has any. So we have a vermin. A vermin in our midst. I was not planning to fight a vermin first, but I guess I am. Alright, so. She needs to attach a snare. So we need to put something, I guess, snare-wise on her. So, I don't know. Here. There. She has a snare on her now. And then when we fight her, do we remove 1? 1 snare. So, we did 2 for that. We're going to do our other 2. Do the other 2 to actually give her 2 snares. Right? Then, I cannot fight, so that's not possible. So, now I need to go up here. Cosmic Guidance skill. If this skill test is successful, heal 1 damage from performing Investigator. Consume spell fight using... Ooh. That does +1 damage. Yeah. There we go. So we're going to fight with our consume life. It uses our... the head symbol. 1, 2. So she's at 5. It deals +1 damage. This attack defeats an enemy, heal 1 damage, but we don't. So, we're doing 5. Oh, 5 on 6. Oh no, 5 on 4. So 5 on 4, and we can redraw if we have to. Skull is minus the act. Which the agenda is 2, so that'd be -2. So we're doing 5 on 4, that'll put us down to 3. So no, we are going to take 1 damage. Puts her down to 10. Then draw a card, draw 2 cards, draw 2 cards. Discard 1. There's an additional cost to commit Torrent of Power. Spend up to 3 charges from among the assets you control. For each charge spent, Torrent of Power gains a mind and a question mark. So charges, I don't have anything with charges though. This would be good. So I've already got the healing one, so I guess we'll do that one. So now, because we activated the ability, we have to draw. Cancel this token. Reveal tokens from the chaos bag until a symbol token is drawn. But we need that. We need the star. I mean, that was really what I need, because everything else is still -2. Well, there's a symbol token. So this is drawn. So this is only a -1. Yeah. So that's a -1. So we still pass. So we get to do 1 damage to her. She's at 6, so 7. And I guess we'll use this one for her now. So reduce the snare by 1. Put those back in. All right. Then Yeah, that was my last action for her. Oh, oh, I needed to use this as part of that skill test. I probably should have, but I wasn't damaged at the time, so I didn't. So that's fine. I'll use that on future skill tests, I guess. All right. Miguel's turn. So I put Miguel up there to enemies move and then attack. Oh, wait a minute. They're gonna attack this civilian. So I need to get him out of there. All right. So we're gonna parlay with him. That's a 2. Miguel has 3. We're hoping that's enough. Yep, that is more than enough. +1. So that gets him out of there. I'm waiting for. I want her to come up. Oh, but there's no civilians. So where does she go? There's no civilians. Where does she go? Huh. Does she go nowhere? And then she stays here? Which kind of defeated my plan, or kind of messed up my plan. I mean, I can move down here, attack her, and move back, but then I'm not going to be able to attack her when she comes up here with the extra. Oh, asset hunting. When an enemy enters play, exhaust hunting dog. Move once towards that enemy. Oh, actually, I attacked her. That would have exhausted her, wouldn't it? No, it's when you evade, they don't go the next turn. I messed that up. I wanted her to come up here. That's fine. We'll use action to come down. And we'll use the last action to fight. Get +1 skill value for the test. If it defeats an enemy, gain 1 resource. So we're at 3, 4. Ooh. That's not very good. We're 4 on a 4. 4 on a 4. Doesn't seem working. Yeah, I'll have to look into it, David. I appreciate you trying. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Oh, hang on. I've got cards. Sorry. 4, 5. Yeah. We're at 5. 5 on a 4. Tentacle is... What is tentacle? I don't know what tentacle does. It's not on the card. Said to put it in here. Oh, I think that's auto fail. Right? Auto fail. Dang it. All right, well, that's that. So, refresh you, draw cards. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. These guys were still attached to me. Sorry. I couldn't have gone down there and done that. I would have gone after these guys and attacked them, which I would have succeeded. And I would not have used my my companion to do so. Yeah, I forgot those guys were engaged with me. What else did I do with him? Oh, I laid the trap. So, no, I laid the trap the previous turn. What did I do with Miguel? With his 3 actions? The traps are free. I moved, I attacked. Did I have one more action I didn't think about? Alright, so that was take out the rat. I guess I'll go ahead and have him investigate at that spot. Which he's on a 3 on a 2. +1. So it goes there. And then for his last action, go ahead and put our dog out. Puts him at 9. And now I need an 11 for him. Guess we'll switch. She can have the 10, he'll have the 11. Alright. That was the last action. Alright. Now we're drawing cards. Get our action tokens back. Gain 1 resource. Gain 1 resource. Go up to 2. Oh, for that, she needs to activate. I don't. So enemies with the Hunter Patrol keywords move. Reminder, Hunter enemies move towards the nearest investigator, whereas Patrol enemies move towards their specified target. Well, where do they go if their target is not on the board? Do they just stay put? So Patrol. If there are multiple targets, is not a location. The enemy with the Patrol keyword would be compelled to move towards the target but is blocked. The enemy does not move. Such an enemy or story asset, the target's location indicates a target. So I'm going to say it's blocked, or in this case, it doesn't exist. So she doesn't move. And then does she attack me, though, because she's in the same location as me? Or when I attacked her, did that automatically make her engaged anyways? Exhausted, fast, feet, doom. Where is engage? Enemy, no, that's when we pull that. Enemy phase. Enemies move, Enemies attack. Each ready, engaged enemy makes an attack against the investigator. Moves to location, one more of instigator, they immediately engage the investigator. See enemy engagement on page 19. While an enemy card is in play, it is either engaged with investigator, placed physically in investigator's threat area, or is engaged physically placed in its location. Each enemy in investigator's location is considered to be at an investigator's current location. Should the investigator move, each enemy remains engaged when the investigator moves with them. Oh, so yeah, I think she became engaged with her at that time when we went and attacked. So that's what I'm going to say. So that means she does attack for 1 and 1. So 9 and 6. And then she took damage, so draw 2 cards. Keep 1. Can't use another one. Yeah, that one. Because we need to disengage with her to get her up here. Well, or she moves with me, so I can move, but then I'm just going to take damage to take her up there. But then that means that this can fire off. Right? I think. Yeah. All right. She went first. She's lead investigator. All right. Grisly Compulsion, Power, Revelation, Test 2. This test gets +1 difficulty for each blood token sealed. All right, so it's just the 2. She passes these in her sleep. -2, she's at 5, so yeah. Misinformation, Scheme. Revelation, Test 3. Oh, that's not good. He doesn't have 3. For each point you fail, you must either place one of your clues on your location or choose to discard 1 card from your hand. So, one thing you notice is I have lucky in here because I completed the campaign. Even though these weren't the characters that completed the campaign, I'm using the reward that I got, which basically is the collector, which says that I can add a relic to each person, so each one of them has an extra relic. I would have to discard both of these. Or drop a clue, which, I mean, I don't mind dropping a clue. So we're doing a test 3 with 2. So basically I have to draw the 1, the +1. +1. That's funny. I say funny. I guess ironic is the proper term. All right. So we need her to come up there. So if we move, she's engaged with us. We'll take the damage, but at least she'll be up here where we need her to be. So I think we're going to risk that. I think we're going to go ahead and move, which does cause us to take damage. But she's got a lot of healing, so I'm not really worried about that as much. Do that. Then lie in wait snaps. So fast, attached to your location. Limit 1 trap per location. After an enemy enters this location, exhaust. Lie in wait. Fight that enemy. You get +1 skill for this attack. You may discard it to do a different. So you get 1. So he's at 4. 1 of 4. 4 and a 4. I don't have any discard. Holy cow. 4 and a 4. She can make us a 5. I think I want to do that. She can make it a 5. Yeah. So we're at 5 on 4. +1. Didn't even need it. So then we are going to definitely discard this. So we can do another damage. That takes her down to 5. Right. That gets rid of her snare, unfortunately. And we discard the trap. So we need 2 clues. We have 2 more clues. So we're going to, as an action, we are going to spend 2 clues as a group. Oh. Now, does she now become engaged with Miguel? No, or is she still engaged here because we didn't evade her? Yeah, so she's still engaged here. So we're probably going to evade, so she pops up to the location and goes to Miguel. So we're going to do that to put a snare back on her. And then evade is 4. Oh, here we go. Evade. Uses to evade. Yeah, so here we go. So we're going to... Oh, no, I needed to do that as an action. So I'm not going to have her put the snare. I'm going to have Miguel do the snare. For hers, I do that. I think I forgot to get resources last turn, didn't I? I did. So I was actually been at 4. So that puts me at 2. Miguel should be at 5. And then we are going to... We have 4 charges there. So... evade. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge to move to a connecting location. If you reveal a blood token during this test, remove 1 charge from Shadow Meld. Oh no! If I reveal the tablet token. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and use this. So that puts us at 1, 2, 6. And then this will allow us to heal. Yep. Put this at 6. Plus 1, 7. So we evaded. So she gets exhausted. We could move, but I don't know that we need to. No, we need to stay there because Miguel needs us. So that was our last action. So Miguel, first action, put the trap on her. Second action, we need to attack. The problem is I don't have any cards for either person that can boost my attack. So I think for second action, we will draw a card. Event, we can play this for free. Attach your location, limit 1 trapper location. After an enemy enters attached location, exhaust it. No, this just finds additional clues. Nope, we're going to use that with our attack. So yeah, we're going to attack or fight with this. Oh, we can actually use... Never mind. I didn't even realize that. This fight allows me to use my agility. So last time I did this, I should have used my agility. So that's 4, 5, 6. 6, 1, 4. The most we can have right now is -3. If we pull that thing. Right? Yeah. So 6 on 3. Or 6 on 4. Sorry. 6 on 4. And then we get... Oh yeah, earlier we defeated an enemy, we would have gotten a resource. Doesn't matter. I don't need all these resources. We don't get to do +1 damage. That's what kind of hurts. -1. So we're good. That takes her to 4. Does become engaged with me. This is the snare. Right. Make sure I'm doing the evasive right. I think when I evade her, they get exhausted. A, B, C, D. I really hate their player books. I really do. Engage. There you go, evade. Investigator evades the target enemy. Enemy is exhausted. Yeah, so you exhaust them. The engagement is broken. Move the enemy card to investigator's threat to their location. Investigator fails. Yeah, so basically we evaded her. She's exhausted now. She's not going to attack us on our turn. And we can wash, I would say wash, rinse, and repeat, but we don't have enough clues. So really, we both kind of need to get out of here so that we can pick up more clues. Because we just used everything we had to do that. All right, so draw a card. Draw a card. Get 3, get 3. Get another resource. He doesn't really need it. She does. Make sure I got everything. Yeah. And then I forgot to do this. We dealt damage. It was successful. We should have healed 1 damage. All right, and then this goes to 3 of 5. Felt like 2 cards. All right. Raising suspicions. Revelation. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy with no doom on it. If no doom was placed, raising suspicion gains surge. Well, the nearest enemy is the one engaged with them, so we add 1 doom to her as well. So now we're at 4 doom. And unfortunately, she's going to she stays in play. So, of the night, terror, revelation, 4 test. If you fail, you must lose 3 resources. I don't care if I fail now. I got plenty of resources to lose. Test of a 4. He's going to lose no matter what because he only has a 3. Yep. So he loses 3 resources. Again, I don't care. 1, 2, 3. Alright, she didn't get to do anything, although she did become exhausted. She should have done that before I did all this other stuff. I have a bad habit of that, unfortunately. Alright. So, she's not snared. That's the problem. So I need clues, which means I got to go to a new location. Basically, to be able to defeat her, I've got to either hit her 4 more times or I don't know how to do. I can get 1. I wish I had that other card that I used earlier, because then I could get 2 from here. So I almost say I need to draw for it. So I think I'm going to first action, draw a card. I'm hoping for that one that I can get. Ooh, that's... I draw a card. Here it is. Shadow Meld. Evade if you succeed. No, this is that. It's not the one I want. I want the one that lets me get 2 clues. Oh. I don't remember if it was an ally. See, now I don't remember if that card was an ally. I don't remember. Where's her sheet? Well, that's not going to help me. I mean, I could look at it, but I don't remember what the name of the thing was. Actually, I don't think she has any allies. Yeah, I don't think they have any allies, so... Okay, that doesn't help us. Alright, last action. She's going to investigate. 4 on a 2. 0. She'll take that. That's all I can do. Alright. So she's here. I can't attack her. because she's here. I can't play anything because she's here. So the only thing I can do is evade. So, stalk prey, search for cards. Oh, we got 2 stalk prey. So yeah, we're going to do an evade. 4 on 4. We'll do 5. -1, still good. All right, so she goes here. She's exhausted. Our second action. Why not? Do our lucky cigarette case. And then for a third action, we need to move. We gotta get down here. Yep. That's it. You, what else? Draw a card. There it is, mirror form. No, mirror form is, I can play something for free. That's not the one I want. Resources. Boom. Boom, boom. She gets unexhausted. And then she gets a card. He gets a card. Nowhere to hide. Terror. Test 4. If you fail, you must either discard an asset you control or choose to discard 2 cards from your hand. Alright, so it's a 4 on a 4. Oh, I do have an ally. +1. And then red herring, revelation, test 2. This test gets +2 difficulty if you control 2 or more clues. Nope, I only control 1 clue. So 2 on a 4. -2. We still passed. Alright. This goes up to 5. So this flips because she's got 1. The sun mercifully begins to rise in the eastern horizon, setting the Miskatonic ablaze in its shimmering reflection. Heal all damage from Julia's stern. You gotta be kidding me. For every 2 damage healed this way, rounded down, place 1 damage on the scenario reference card. Alright, so we did... Holy cow, we did 4 damage. So every 2 damage, 2. Place 2 damage on the scenario reference card, which I guess is that one. Okay. Shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and Julia storm together. Place these cards face down at random beneath each layer location, distribute evenly as possible. One at a time, each investigator draws one of the set-aside Waterfront civilians. In total, so we each have to draw a bad guy. Alright, so. Remove this, because tokens get removed when she disappears. Get rid of that. That. And both of these. So you have to do 8 damage in a... before that hits 5. So you have to, in 5 rounds, to do 8 damage. Like, I didn't even have enough clues to do that. Alright, so we'll put 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. I guess we'll just put both of those here. Why? Because I can get to that, I can't get to that. Alright, then we each draw a civilian. Civilian. 1. here. One here. All right. The second day, you're running out of time. If you want to put an end to the threat of Julia Stern, you'll need to act fast. Forced. When the enemy phase ends, if Julia is in a lair location, flip her face down, discarding any tokens, attachments on her, and place her beneath that location, along with the top card of the encounter deck. Otherwise, if Julia Stern is ready, she moves towards the lair. Okay, so we're back, because we're back during the daytime. She's trying to get back to the lairs. And unfortunately, I did not destroy all the layers. Now, I'm wondering if I would have destroyed all the layers, where would her card have gone? Like, what would I have done in this phase if that would have happened? I don't think it's possible, but what would have happened? All right. So, I hate reset. I hate games that do a reset like that. It's like you did all that and you're done. We reset you back to 0. All right, so we need to get clues. And the thing is, it didn't give us more clues. Like, it probably when we go nighttime, it'll give us more clues, but right now we don't have more clues. So, yeah, need to get clues. So first action, we will go over here. Second action, we will investigate. What is it? Investigate 3. She's on a 4. Make it 5. Zero. So she gets 1. We started back over at 8, so I need 16. I need 16 clue tokens. Unless I can get some more +2 damage. Wow, okay. So that was my second action. Third action, I guess we're going to investigate again, but we're going to have to do it with nothing. We've got our plus damage here. Or do I parlay? Do I get rid of the civilians? I think I'm going to get rid of the civilians. So we're going to parlay, get rid of him. We're doing that with the 3. We have 5. +1, 6. He's gone. All right. That was her last action. So Miguel needs to... Maybe the docks are easier than Main Street. So first action, we're just going to go ahead and go to docks. Yes, that is much easier for him. Investigator River Docks spend 3 resources as a group. You can hire a captain to take you to the island. Each investigator at this location may move to unvisited isle for the remainder of the game. River Docks is connected to... Oh, for the rest of the game, these 2 are connected. Okay. After we pay the furry man, the carrier, the guide. I have the resources. I mean, so let's spend the resources to go ahead and make that a thing. Oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. That actually moves me. So we want to investigate first. So he's 2 on 2. 3. So 3 on a 2. See what happens. Blood token is -1, so now we're 2 on a 2. Now we're -1, so now we are on a 1 on a 2. So we did fail. Oops. Means I need to get that back. There it is. We did fail, so now that's on there, which means those bad cards are going to be worse. When you fail a skill test, draw a card. Oh, I forgot with my hunting dog, I could have gotten a free move. I don't know if I wanted to, though, because they would have put it, I would have had to put it here, and I got a free move there. No, that would have been good. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Trap, decoy, trap, fast. Attached to your location, limit 1 trap. After an enemy enters attached location, exhaust. Evade that enemy. Oh, so it allows me to evade. Here's Daniel from our story. I get +1 agility. After you fail an attack or an exhaustion, evade Daniel. Attempt the skill test again with +1 skill. Not bad. Okay, but last action we want to go ahead and pay, which we already did, to connect those two together. And then automatically move us up here. Unvisited owl. As an additional cost to leave the owl, you must spend 1 action. If there are no clues, add 1 blood token. No. If there are no clues, add 1 blood token to the chaos bag. Remember that the investigators found a sacrificial dagger. Ooh. So. And that gives us 6. Unfortunately, she's got to go all the way around to get up there. That's... no. I mean, there's nothing out here to attack us, which is, I guess, a good thing. But yeah. So 1 and 5. And then we both draw a card. Make sure she's not at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She keeps getting all the... This is like everything I've got right now, except for this, is what I've already got out there. All right. So... oh, forgot. 1 on there. There's nobody to move because they just hang out. Grasping hands. Test 3. So, test 3. She is 3. There we go. That's a duplicate card. So 4. Go ahead and do 2. No, she can take a point of damage. That's fine if I fail. Alright, that is 4. And a 0. It passes. Alright. Blighted Blood. Here we go again. If 1 or more tokens are sealed to your investigator, put Blighted Blood into play in your threat area. Oh, so earlier this shouldn't have happened. When I did this and then did the test and all, that wasted an entire action. I shouldn't have had this in play. Yeah. So now, though, I get -1 and -1 sanity. Yeah. Okay. All right. Where are we going? So, I can't even reveal what's under here. unless I investigate that. That's an investigate 3, and my investigation is now weakened. So I guess we're doing... Oh, what card did I get? Oh, I can move. I can move. Do this as a move. I don't know. All right, let's do her first. So we will have her pick up that clue. So it's a 3 on a 4. I have nothing to boost it. Skull is -2. That puts her down to a 2. Oh no, we're in Act 3 now, aren't we? Yeah, that makes it a -1. Yep, so we're going to do our doll and put us down to 8. Took damage, you get to draw a card. Now we're going to draw until we draw another thing with a symbol. That's another thing with a symbol, which is an auto fail. So, didn't do us any good. So, we're going to do that again. I don't know why I did that for, like, clues. That, like, it's just clues. So. Oh, we do have a book this time, though. Second sight, investigate. No, this is the one I wanted. All right, so we're going to, for that action, we're going to spend 4 to put out our actual second sight now. 3 charges. All right. Investigate. If you succeed, I can spend a charge to gain an additional clue. So we're going to investigate using our willpower instead. So she's at 4, 5. Right, 5. 5 on the 3, we should be able to do this one. +1. We'll spend 1. Oh no. I can't get an additional clue if there's only 1 clue there. Dang it. So yeah, that doesn't do me any good. So. And then we'll use our free action to move out of there. Or not the free, but the free action on the location. Right. Oh, Miguel hadn't gone yet. So I didn't know what to do with Miguel yet. Like, I don't know if she's here or there. So I have to spend 2 actions to get off of here. He can't investigate for nothing. I'm going to have to do it. Spend 2 actions to get off of there. That's probably a bad idea. I probably shouldn't have done that in the last turn. And we'll spend 1 action to investigate, a 2 on a 2. Get rid of this for a wild, so 3 on a 2. That's a -2. So that is a failure. Oh, actually, I was -1 here anyways. So actually, I shouldn't have done this. I should have done this, which would have been a 3. And I made it 4. Still -2, so I still failed this test as well. But would I have discarded something else? Yeah, I would have exhausted her too. All right, get rid of that. Okay. Well, we got our good wild, the quad wild. Child of Blood. Hunter Prey. Yay. Aerial Pursuit. Surge. Kidding me. Revelation. The nearest non-elite enemy moves towards your location. If it engages your investigator, it makes an immediate attack. So, this is not an... Yeah, it's an enemy. So he's going to move. So I guess they're still moving, but they just don't engage. Yeah. Surge. Revelation. If the current agenda is 1A or 3A, it is 3A, place one doom counter on... You gotta be kidding me. I don't think you're meant to succeed this one. We're going on 2 hours, and I'm not even close. Yeah. Yeah, otherwise, test 3. We're on A. I'm just glad I got some damage on her. I don't know if that's going to... I imagine that's going to do something at the end of the game. Or maybe the next thing will say put that 2 damage back on her. Alright, where are we at? We got this guy hanging out. I don't really care about that. Alright. So she needs to come... So I don't know if she's going to be here or there. Right? Better odds here because there's 2 cards. So let's have her move here. Oh, can't move. Dang it. She's got this thing. So she's got to attack them. There are 2. She has no attack. So we're pretty much forced to use this spell. This event. I can't. Because she's only got 1 resource. Oh, I didn't grab my other resource at the end of the turn. She's at 2 resources. I need 3. No, I can do this. So we're going to play Mirror Form for 1. That was that action. Choose a spell from your hand, put it into play under your control. So we're going to play this event under my control. That will allow me to fight using my willpower, wisdom, whatever the head symbol is. So now we are at... It does +1 damage, which will get rid of it. We're at 4, 5. We need to do a 3. -2 is enough. Alright. Then heal 1 damage from an investigator or ally at my location. I'm at my location, so I will heal myself. Alright, so that was 1. 2. He will move. 3, she will investigate. Oh no, we want... Oh, played that. I don't have that card I want. Oh yeah, I did. I got it out here. Okay. So we're going to investigate there on a 2 for 4. Sorry, she's going to use this. So it's 5. -1. So it's still 4. Skull is -3. So now at this point, now we are going to do our doll. Take 1 damage. Means we ignore those. There we go. So that is a success. Then we will use a token to get both of these. Puts us at 5. We need to maximize what we can get. I really need to get her up there. Because that's the most that we can get. That's why I was debating, should I go up there or come over here? 1 was attack, 2 is investigate, 3 she's going to go ahead and move. Oh, she took damage. I should have drawn 2 cards. Offering bowl, use offering, spend an offering to exhaust offering bowl, take 1 damage, gain 2 resources. Oh, that's how she gets her resources. Fight, cosmic flame. Oh, I don't have that one. Fight using her wisdom. Succeed, you may spend 1 charge, deal +1 damage. Ooh, no, we definitely want that one. Alright. So now, he's going to, first action, come over. Second action, use 2 of those to reveal, is it reveal all? Oh, I lost that ability. How do I reveal her anymore? Oh, here it is. 1 times number of clues, place. No, let's add that. Now I'm confused. Because I don't have this anymore. 1A is gone. I advanced that already. I'm on this one. This no longer has that ability. Can I no longer hunt for her? Because that doesn't make sense, because in the enemy phase it says that she'll try to go into hiding. So I would have to be able to still hunt for her. So I'm thinking I can still do this. I have to be able to. Yeah, so spend 2 clues a group, 1 at a time, draw each face down encounter card beneath your location. If you draw Julia, place 1 resource from the token pool on her as a snare. Yeah. I think I still have to be able to do that. Because otherwise, this card doesn't make any sense. Because you would have revealed her from this cards to flip that one to the next one. So we're going to 1 at a time reveal that one. That is Julia. So she is revealed. And then, so she gets a snare, so we can actually do some damage to her. Before she goes into hiding. We forgot when we came in here, we should have put all of our stuff on it. The question is, will she go into hiding? I have to stun her. No, I have to engage. If I engage her, then she doesn't move. Right? How would that work? It doesn't matter. And we're going to flip over. That's a 3. At the end of this turn, it's going to flip anyways. When the enemy phase ends, if Julia Stearns is at a lair, flip her face down, discarding all tokens and attachments on her. And place her beneath that location along with the top card of the encounter deck. I don't even know if I want to do that now. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because she's gonna hide anyway. So whatever damage I do to her is gonna go away. Right? Unless I can get her moved or she can't get back here. Yeah, I'd have to get her moved here, and then I'd have to evade her so she gets stunned and she doesn't move. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Alright, so. That's fine. She's there. We're here. Because there's no way he can get rid of all of that. There's 4 there, and it's a 3. He can't do that. Peril, Revelation. You must add 1 blood token to the chaos bag or take 2 horror. We will take the 2 horror. Do you not want more blood in the bag? 6. Oh, actually, I should have gotten +1 when that other thing went away. So I'm back down at 7. All right, so that was the first action. So the second action... Hidden shelter. Attach to your location, level 1 per location. When the round ends, each investigator at this location may choose, draw a card, gain a resource, heal the damage, heal horror. Forced. After an enemy enters location, discard it. Oh, I can't move and evade. I only have 2 actions. So now I gotta go back and think about this. Because I can get her to engage. Well, she engaged as soon as she's at the location with us. So she would engage one of us. So I can engage. If I move, she moves with me. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Okay, so she's going to engage. I'm just not going to be able to attack her this turn. So she's engaging me. I'm going to move. I mean, she takes opportunity. So that takes me down 10 and 6. And then to evade her is 4. What's elusive? Maybe I've been doing that wrong. I think maybe elusive I can't engage her. Did I do that whole thing wrong earlier too? Elusive. Elusive enemies represent enemies who want to avoid Investigator for their own survival accomplish goals. If a ready enemy with the elusive keyword attacks or is attacked, after the attack resolves, that enemy immediately disengages from all investigators, moves to a connecting location with no investigators if available, and exhausts. Okay, so I don't think it would have impacted too much. She just runs away after we attack her. So it may have impacted the amount of damage I did in those turns, but oh well. We're going to keep going. So now we want to get away from her. So we need to do a 4, 1, 4. Trying to see, is there anything I do? And I got 1 card I can play. So make it a 5, 1, 4. Yeah, 5, 1, 4. This is my last action, so I have to succeed. If I don't succeed, then it was all for naught. -1, 4 on 4. That is good. So we disengage with her. She goes there. She gets exhausted. Hooray! All right, so 3, 2, draw. 3, 2, draw. All right, she's exhausted. She unexhausts. This goes up to 4, so we have lost this one. There are a total of 2 or more encounter cards beneath locations in play. Out of blood, there are not. There's only 1. One at a time, reveal each face-down encounter card beneath the location. If the revealed card is a treachery, discard it. That is a monster. That is a big old monster. If his enemy spawned at the location in which it was revealed, if it fulfills the objective, which was the one where he revealed her, move all damage from the scenario reference card to her. Ooh, okay. So this 2 goes back to her. That takes her down to 6. If there are no civilian enemies in play, there is one. Ready, Julia. She's already ready. She moves towards the nearest civilian enemy. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it just says she moves. It doesn't say she actually attacks them. So it just says she moves towards them, meaning she ends up there. So we have 1 snare. We need to do 6 damage. The final night. With every corner turn, you expect to find another bloody victim of Julia's predatory machinations. The night is mostly quiet, but the sound of the distant scream and the scraping of claws on the cobblestone are a constant reminder that monsters hide in every shadow. Alright, so we have 5 turns to do 6 damage with 3 clues. I mean, she can pick up a couple more here with our token. So, alright. So, everybody gets an encounter card. Yay. And we got this guy to deal with now. Child of Blood. That's not what we want. Peril, Revelation. You must either add a token or take 2 horror. We're going to take 2 horror again. We are not doing good with our horror. Although that carries over, doesn't it? Maybe not. I think that carries over. Oh, no. It's if we lose... If we lose, then we have to take a penalty. That's right. So. She's got... The bad thing is she's got the attack card, and I don't like that one there. Do or die. If this skill test is successful, choose a asset or event in your discard pile added to your hand. Alright. So. So we attack her, she's going to run away. Which is fine. And then she exhausts. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have him go here. And then we're going to attack with agility. We're going to go ahead and use our do or die. So it gives us 5 on a 4. I know, yeah, 5 on a 4. Fortunately, we don't get to do +1 damage. -2 puts us at 3. Yeah. So that failed. And so that means this card doesn't fire off either. So now we're doing an attack with a 4 on a 4. Oh no, hang on, I get +1. So that was a 6 on a 4. -2. So we did no, we're good. Alright. So that did 1 damage to her. So puts her at 5. Then she's going to run away. I can make her run wherever I want her to run. Let's have her run down here, actually. So she's at 5. And she is exhausted from running away. Last action, let's... let's go ahead and play this event. Yeah. Well, we can draw an extra card or get an extra resource. Alright. Alright. Miss Marie has a stupid blood child we have to deal with. Fortunately, I can evade and drop it off in my location. So Lucky Charm, Spin Charge. I don't want to use... Well, I could do this. I could play this. I keep forgetting to give her... She's at 3 now. It was the 2 last round. Keep forgetting to give them their resources. I feel like I need to play this. Because I can't fight him any other way. Yeah, I'm just going to take the damage. So we're going to I think the liminal knows this too. There are items. Oh, 1 arcane slot, 2 arcane slots. You have 1 accessory, 1 head, 1 body, 1 ally, 2 hands, and 2 arcane slots. Okay, so yeah, so 2 arcane. Oh, but I already have this one here. So to play this, I'd have to get rid of this. So no, we don't want to do that. Instead, let's evade. Dang it. Yeah, I can't play that until I get rid of one of these 2 cards. I can't get rid of that until I do that. So yeah, I have to do the evade so I can do that to get rid of that. Alright, so we're going to evade 0. So we succeeded. So he gets dropped off here. He's exhausted. We're going to spend an action to investigate. This is a 3. He's a 4. Let's make it 4. Yeah, I guess it's a 4. That's what it is. It's -1, so that's a 3 and a 3. That is a -3. That is a failure. We are going to do our dull. Take us to 7. Gets rid of those. No, we gotta go until we get a symbol. There's a symbol. -2. So 2 minus 2 is 2, so it's still a failure. So, when we took damage, draw 1 card. Yeah. So, it's been the last action to do it again. We have another second sight. I hate to use that. Yeah, let's use it. Alright, so we are on a 5 on a 3. -2. So we're good. Spend a charge. Get 2. That's that. So that. Alright, this is the only one that wasn't exhausted, so he is going to go here, I guess. Very full location there. Alright. These guys come on exhausted. Oh, sorry, my exhaustion, their exhaustion is supposed to happen at the same time. Alright, we get 1 here. Alright. Child of Blood. Again. And a Bad Heart. That's even worse. That's even worse. She can't beat that. There's no way she can take that out. It's a 4. And the evade's a 4. Oh, we got to get rid of this because we need to get rid of this lair. So let's. Did I draw cards? I did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of one. Old compass. Investigate. Your location gets -1 shroud for the investigation. If you fail, you may exhaust old compass to test it again. Yeah, I could have used that earlier. So, oh, I forgot. End of my turn. I can get to draw 2 cards instead. Which is another stupid decoy trap. Alright, I have to evade him. But I have no other options because I need to get this. So, we're going to, first action, we're going to evade with our willpower, which is 5. Oh, when I was doing that evade earlier, I forgot I meant 5, not 4, because I had the +1. I think I still failed that first attempt because I got -3. Yeah, because it would have been 5, it would have been 2, and I needed 3. All right. So we're at 5 on a 4. Uh, 6 on a 4. Seven on a 4. I need to evade him. So 7 on a 4. See what happens. -1, so 6 on a 4 and a 0. So he succeeded. He's evaded. All right, we are going to investigate here. So that is a 3, so 4 on a 3. I gotta go just like that, I guess. -1, so 3, 3. All right, got that, got that, got that. Which gets us 2, so 6, 7. How many do we need for to stun her now? The problem is I need her here. I need her here. All right, and then last action. If there are no clues here, add 1 blood token to the bag. Each investigator and enemy at this location move to a adjacent location. Add that to our victory. So we're going to push him over there. We're going to push him over there. And then we are going to go to here? Yeah, because he can come down and then do the thing there. Yeah, we're gonna go there. All right. Then first action, move down here. Second action, she's gonna run away, so I only need to do this once. So 2. Right? Oh, dang it, this guy's with me. She's going to come to me. So, all right, that's fine. So, that back to 6, 7. All right. First action, I got to get rid of this guy. So, first action, fight, 4, 1, 2. -1. Come down here, then the bat's going to engage one of us. I think that's fine. She's going to move no matter what. She's going to ignore us and come up here because this guy's here. So I think we're going to parlay with him. That is a parlay 2. I got 3. Discard this for 4. 0. And then for my last action, I guess let's play old compass. Well, that just makes my investigation easier if we were to go there. We have 7. We have an odd number. That sucks. That's 1 trap. I can put 3 more traps on her, so I have to do an average of 2 damage per. He can't do 2 damage. She can with Cosmic Flame. She kind of can take him out by herself, so I kind of need to come down here and take this off of her. So my last action, I'm going to move down here and engage with this bat. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. All right. Enemy's turn. She's not going to do anything because there's no civilians for her to go after. He is going to go... towards... what's he want? Humanoid monster, hunter prey with the most sealed token. So he's going to come over here with us. And engage. Right? They move and then they engage. Yeah. Moves and engages. She doesn't go anywhere. He's exhausted. So, this one's attacking for, so I lose 2 and 2. So this takes me to 8. And 0. So, he's gone. We lost Miguel. Miguel is no more. Which means these get dropped off here. This is probably the end, as it would be. All right. So, get her tokens back. Draw a card. So 5. We're at 2. And of course something's gonna engage her. Why wouldn't it? Favor Balashandor. As an additional cost to play favor, take 1 damage. Play a spell ritual asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. Playing this card does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Ooh, yes, we are doing that. We are going to make this 6. Allows us to draw a card. Hemophobia, basically it is. Put hemophobia into play in your threat area of force. The first time each round, investigator at your location takes damage, take horror. 2 actions to discard. Okay, there's no other investigator, so... But we can play this now for free. And we don't get an attack of opportunity. Now we can... Promise that all these guys are here. They're all going to engage next turn. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be dead. I mean, these are all going to engage. So we did get this. We got our fight. 3 charges. I need to use all 3 on her, though, is the problem. And the other problem is this is an action. So for me to put the snares on her is an action. So I can't even put enough snares on her this turn. So we're going to do it, though. We're going to put 2 snares on her. Which puts us, what, 2, 4 from 7, so down to 3. Then he does an attack of opportunity. 2 attacks of opportunity. Yeah, I think this is game. I don't think I'll be able to get more damage on her. Because even if I evade, I'm going to be 1 space away. They're going to come in and then attack. I think they do. I think they move and then they attack, right? These spawn instructions interplay. When enemy spawns... Enemy phase. Here we go. Enemies move. Yep, got that. Ready enemies, hunter keyword, ready enemies. Yeah, it immediately engages those investigators. Yep, and then they attack. Yeah, because this is going to be 1, 2, 3 sanity. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. But again, that's not including 2 attacks of opportunity, which is 5, 6. So, do 1 to take him out. It's a 1 on a 1. Go ahead and discard Voodoo Doll to make it 2 on 1. -1. Okay, he's gone. And we will spend 2 to put 1 trap on her for our last action. 1 snare, I should say. All right. Oh, he's going to engage with me too. Well, she won't. She doesn't engage with me because she doesn't want to. Oh, the bats don't either. Oh no, the bats run away. Hunter. That's all back. Hunter, at the start of the enemy phase, each hunter enemy moves 1 location towards the nearest investigator. Elusive, after a ready enemy with an elusive keyword attacks or is attacked, they move away. Oh. So they would have all moved away anyways. So actually I wouldn't be able to even do that. After she attacked, she would have moved away. And he would have moved away. Now I'm kind of down here with I'm here with this stupid child. And she won't move. She's going to stay there. I try to take him out. I don't have +1. I can use this to guarantee I take out the child of blood. I don't want to use this. I need that for her. So yeah, I think we're going to engage him. And then we're going to use this to give us 5. Brick is -2, so that is still good. A tablet, I guess it's a tablet. Did I remember to take that up to 3? I don't think I did. Alright. Enemy phase. He's going to move, engage, take me down to 4 and 5. Took damage, draw a card. And then he's evasive, so he's going to run away again. He's going to do the same thing and then run away. That'll take me down to 3. And 4. She doesn't do anything because she doesn't have anybody to go after. Actions. Draw a card. 6. Yeah. Where am I at? 4. Test 2. Test gets +2 difficulty if you have 2 or more clues. So you fail 1 horror. So she is at 4. 0. So 4 and 4. It's even. Alright, so. So I'm going to go there. I wish it was like you could spend as many as you want to do this, but it's not. It seems like you can only do it once. So I'm going to spend... take 1 direct damage and exhaust the charm. Replenish 1 charge to an asset. 1 charge to exhaust lucky charm. Move 1 damage or horror from a card in your location to a card you control. Oh no. I think this is it. I mean, this is almost 3 hours for this one scenario. This is crazy. Do I try to do it and have her run away and at least get 1 damage on her? Some damage? I don't know if she's got like damage on her, if that's going to impact us or impact me. So I'm going to take 2 actions to do this twice, like I was going to do before. So it leaves me with 3. And then for my last one, I'm going to fight using my willpower, which is 4, 5. Need to overcome 5, 6, 7. We'll do these two. 6, 7, because I'm going to keep that for 3. So 6, 7. So 7 on a 4, and we'll do 2 damage. Skull, which is -3. So we still succeeded. So we lose 2 charges if I keep this one. Thinking no. Do that. Take us down to 3. Get to draw a card. All right. There we go. That worked out great. So we do get to heal 1 damage. Actually, I think I got that earlier. I did. So I should actually be at 5. Got my ability. Then we spend a charge. Yeah, so we do 2 damage. Takes her down to 3. But she does run away. All right. That's it. So their turn. They're both gonna come in and attack me, so I lose 2. That takes me down to 3. Where's the 3? Where are you at, 3? 3 and 1. I have about lost my mind. 3 and 1. Big damage. Draw a card. So then he will run away. All right. What's that? That. Where am I at? Dang it, that's it. That was the last round. I wasn't able to do enough to take her out. I needed 1 more action. 1 more action. So that's all done. Get that back. Doesn't matter about my resources. Doesn't matter if I draw a card, although I'm getting my bad thing. Put Called Guild in. You cannot heal damage. I went through my whole deck. I've got 1 card left. And then this would go to 5. So we failed this. The Muscatonic River burns with the bright orange light of the sun rises in the east. The night melts away and slowly the streets come alive again as people in the Waterfront district begin the day anew. Too much time has passed and Julia Stern has escaped. You can only hope that Detective Reynolds has produced some results in his own investigations. Reveal R or read R3. So. Revelation 3. The hunt through the night is long and arduous, but Julia proves too crafty and too swift for your efforts. By the morning, the 3rd day of your search, you worry you'll have to wait until she strikes again. For now, however, the only path forward for you is to reconnect with Detective Reynolds and get back to the bottom of what he called this bloodshed in the first place. In your campaign log, record that investigators failed to stop Julia. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory, so we do have some victory. Each investigator earns 2 experience as they are better prepared for what has come, so we get a bonus 2 there. Proceed to 4. Back at Detective Reynolds' office, you explain what you've learned. He tells you that leads are also pointed towards the New Horizons meatpacking facility and a suspicious group that has been seen around the building, dressed in robes instead of more standard aprons and coveralls of the workers. The same place where Julia worked, Reynolds says. Seems like the place is worth a visit. Detective Reynolds joins the investigation. Choose investigator to become the bearer of the set-aside Detective Reynolds. So we did get Reynolds here. You get +1. Investigate. After you discover 1 or more clues, exhaust him. I think that's going to have to go to Miguel, because Miguel can't The investigators found a sacrificial dagger. Choose the investigator to become the bearer of the dagger. We didn't because we didn't finish that. Each investigator who ended the scenario with 3 heart tokens sealed on their investigator becomes the bearer of the set-aside blood blight weakness. Neither one of us did. Release each sealed token and return it to the chaos bag. Ooh. This bag stays built based on the scenario. Ooh. Guess it's good that I kept taking the horror. Unfortunately, he died. Proceed to scenario 2. All right. There we go, guys. That is that. I said I was going to get first impressions, but I actually did. Do I want first impressions on this one? I don't remember. I'll give, rather than first impressions, I'll just give, it's rough. I don't know how you're supposed to do this, and do enough damage to her, because they kind of encourage you to go in and find her. So you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go in and find her, and I'm going to reveal these tokens. I'm going to use my tokens to find her, which I did. And it's like, that was wasting my tokens, all right, my clues, because I need my clues to be able to put a snare on her so I can attack her once, usually, and then she's going to run away. And you have to be able to kill her in 5 turns, right, from when she's revealed. So with 8 hit points and 5 turns with 2 investigators, right, if you had one investigator put all 3 traps, the second investigator is only going to be able to hit her once, and then she's going to run, and you can hit her again. So even if I had, for example, this one, the Cosmic Power card, that would only be 4 right there in that one round. So you kind of would have to have that, right? You'd have to have, what would you need? You need 2, 4, 6. You need 8 clues and somebody who can do 2 damage on each turn. It's really the only way that I could see that that's even possible. It was interesting. It was neat. It was different. Again, I've not played a lot of Arkham Horror, so I can't compare this to like other things that may be out there. But that's what it is. So if you have any suggestions for upgrading my deck, of course, I am using the pre-built decks. The back of the sheet kind of gives me recommendations. I'll go off that if I don't get any comments. But of course, leave a comment down below. Let me know what would work well for these 2 characters in their decks. With that said, I will probably be doing this over the next 3 Wednesdays. Yeah, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So we'll finish up the campaign over the next 3 Wednesdays and get her done, right? So if you want to watch that, like, subscribe, bell notification, hit the remind me on the live streams that we can come out and watch them, and hopefully give me some tips, because, yeah, I'm horrible at this. I need all the tips I can get. But anyway, guys, until next time, peace.